Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Let's clear up one of the biggest misunderstandings in research methods right now. Qualitative and quantitative research are not just two techniques, they are two completely different ways of thinking. If you are studying leadership, policy, or cybersecurity, choosing the wrong approach does not just weaken your study, it can completely miss the point of the problem you are trying to solve. So in this video, I'm breaking down the real differences between qualitative and quantitative research and why qualitative questions matter so much for complex leadership problems. First, let's talk about focus because this is where everything starts. Quantitative research is about measurement. It explains relationships between variables and looks for patterns in numbers. Qualitative research is about meaning. It tries to understand how people experience situations and make sense of them. If you are studying cybersecurity leadership, the biggest challenges are not technical metrics. They are judgment calls, coordination failures, and strategic trade-offs. Those are human experiences. That's exactly where qualitative research lives. When your problem is about interpretation rather than measurement, qualitative focus is the right choice. Now let's look at how that focus turns into data. Quantitative researchers collect numbers through surveys, experiments, and structured instruments. Qualitative researchers collect interviews, observations, documents, and narratives. Think about it this way. If you want to know how many incidents occurred, use numbers. If you want to know how leaders reacted, adapted, or struggled, you need their words. In AI-driven cybersecurity, leaders are often navigating uncertainty and incomplete information. You cannot capture that reality with a checkbox. You capture it through conversations. This difference shows up immediately in the research questions. Quantitative questions ask how many, how often, or what effect occur. Qualitative questions ask how, why, and what the experience was like. If your question starts with how do leaders experience cross-sector collaboration, that is qualitative. If your question starts with how many agencies share data, that is quantitative. Strong research starts with questions that match the nature of the problem. Leadership problems almost always require qualitative questions. Let's talk about the data itself. Qualitative data is narrative, detailed, and context-rich. Quantitative data is numerical, standardized, and designed for comparison. Leadership in Homeland Security does not show up as a score. It shows up in decisions, conversations, and response to pressure. Those patterns emerge through stories, not statistics. That does not make qualitative data weaker. It makes it appropriate for complex, real-world problems. Once the data is collected, the analysis looks very different. Quantitative analysis relies on statistics and models to test hypotheses. Qualitative analysis relies on coding, thematic analysis, and pattern recognition across narratives. In a qualitative cybersecurity leadership study, analysis might reveal themes like adaptive decision making, trust breakdowns, or policy ambiguity. Those insights come from systematic interpretation, not from equations. This is a different kind of rigor, but it is rigor nonetheless. Now let's zoom out and talk about goals. Quantitative research aims to test theories and predict outcomes. Qualitative research aims to understand experience and build theory. In emerging areas like AI integrated cybersecurity leadership, we are still figuring out what competencies even matter. Qualitative research helps define the terrain before we try to measure it. You cannot predict what you do not yet understand. One last misconception I want to address is flexibility. Yes, qualitative research is flexible, that is intentional. It allows researchers to follow insights as they emerge. Quantitative research is more structured and controlled. In fast moving fields like cybersecurity, flexibility is not a weakness, it is a necessity. Rigor in qualitative research comes from transparency, consistency, and credibility, not rigidity. So let's bring this all together with a central qualitative research question. The question is how cybersecurity leadership perceive and interpret the competencies needed to lead AI integrated cyber resilience efforts. That wording is doing a lot of work. It focuses on experience, interpretation, and leadership behavior. It clearly requires interviews and qualitative analysis, and it aligns the problem, method, and theory into one coherent design. That alignment is what separates surface level research from doctoral level inquiry. If your research question fits the problem, the method follows naturally. All right, guys, thank you for watching my video. If this breakdown helped clarify how to choose the right research approach, make sure to subscribe because in the next video, we'll dive deeper into how to design strong qualitative interview questions that actually produce publishable findings. I'll see you in the next one.